Okay,
Yes, sir.
so basically,
Yes, sir.
till now we have learned how to model the stair truss and elements of the truss. We also have learned how to means draw the joints, how to draw the line elements, what are the different types of the elements in the software, and then how to assign the point loads. Also we have learned how to model, how to perform the analysis, how to check the actual forces. So these all things we have completed in the last session. Now, some part of this exercise, like validation of the software with some small elements, like a single elements like beam, column, and is the truss. Okay, so some part of this exercise is actually remaining.
Yes, sir.
Now,
Yes,
the
sir.
next element with which we have to deal for its modeling analysis and validation with the software is actually the beam. Okay, and you all will aware with that there are different types of the element like beam. There are different types of beam actually. Simply supported beam is there, cantilever beam is there, fixed beam is there. There are different types of the beams, and that beams may be subjected to either point loads, line loads, uniformly distributed load. Different types of the loads may be your beam may be subjected. Okay, so basically, first we need to understand the axis consideration for the beam by the ETABS software. The axis consideration for the beam, or I can say for the frame element by the ETABS software. What is the algorithm of ETABS software to consider the axis, or we can say local axis for the frame element, especially for the beam, especially for the beam. So actually, as I told you, as we have discussed in the previous session, that there are different types of access systems. There are what? Different types of access system. What are those? First one is your global axis, second one is your local axis, and third one is your natural axis. So natural axis is not much in use. Actually, we have to focus on two axes. One is your global axis and second one is local axis. Among these two, majorly we have to discuss about the local axis, means the axis of particular element. The axis system which is going to represent any particular single element called as as local axis. It is called as what? Local axis. Hello?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yeah. So the next thing is what? See, the axis consideration for the beam element. The axis consideration for the beam element and the axis consideration for the frame element especially. So it has software what it will do for the global axis. For the global axis, it is representing the global axis by the this x, y, and z. For the horizontal direction, it is representing this direction by the x. For the other horizontal direction, it is representing it by y. And for the vertical direction, in the form of global representation, it is representing by z. But if you are coming to the particular element like beam, column, slab, so for that element, the local axis is represented by the numbers like 1 1, 2 2, 3 3, like that. So all the axis, local axis, where ETAP software is represented by the numbers as 1 1, 2 2, 3 3, and for the global axis, it is representing it by the alphabetical, by the alphabets like X, Y, and Z. Is that all okay? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Now, if you are talking about a particular beam, so software will consider the longitudinal direction along the axis 1 1. For the longitudinal direction, the ETAP software uh, is representing the longitudinal direction by 1 1, 1 1. And other two transverse direction, it is represented by the 2 2 and 3 3. But you know very well that if you are going to perform the analysis and if you want to know how much forces are coming to the particular beam element or particular beam which is subjected to any kind of load, you all know that the beam is a flexural member. These beams are subjected to transverse loads. Transverse loads means what? The loads are subjected to this particular beam perpendicular to its longitudinal direction, the beam will be subjected to transverse load, or I can say perpendicular load to the longitudinal direction. So your beam is actually the flexural member and beam is subjected to transverse load. So normally these beams are not subjected to any axial force. Hello. Beams
Yes,
are
sir.
not subjected to any axial force. Beams are subjected to transverse loads only. Beams are subjected to what? Actually the transverse load. So ETABS software is representing the length or longitudinal direction by the axis 1 1. By the axis 1 1. So if you want to see how much axial forces coming to this particular beam due to action of any transverse load, so which axis you need to look? Hello.
1 1.
1 1. Exactly. Similarly, if you are talking about the column, so for the column, as you know that the longitudinal direction and longitudinal axis of this particular column or this particular element is actually this one. Along the length of the column, or I can say along the height of the column, it is what? This is the longitudinal direction we are going to call longitudinal direction. So if you want to see the force in this column, so again you need to look axis 1 1, because for the longitudinal direction the ETABS software representing the longitudinal direction by 1 1. Let me show you. And this 1 1 direction is represented by the red color. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Let me
Yes,
show
sir.
you. Go back to ETABS and close this. Take the 3D view. 3D view. Go to set display option, and I would like to see the local axis for the frames. Local axis say apply. Look at this. Let us consider this is the horizontal at particular floor. Go to elevation. At elevation first, let us consider this is the beam. What I told you, see, this is actually what? This is the longitudinal direction or not? Hello.
Yes, sir.
So this is the longitudinal direction. So for this longitudinal direction, the software is represented by the axis what? This axis.
Red color.
1 1. Hello.
1 1.
1 1. And the color of the axis is what?
Red color. Red.
Red color. So always remember three colors will be there. One is your red, another one is your green, and third one is your blue. Red, green, and blue. So if you are talking about the column, so let's see, suppose the vertical element. This is actually a totally vertical element. So for the vertical element, its longitudinal direction is what? Either this one or this transverse direction. Obviously, this is the longitudinal direction. So along the longitudinal direction, ETABS software is representing this direction by the axis 1 1. By the axis 1 1, and the color of the axis will be what? Red. Will you remember this or not?
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now coming back to, so it is the beam, and you know very well that beams are actually designed for the flexure and shear. Am I right or wrong?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So suppose the beam is subjected to, means beam is suppose subjected to any transverse load, whether it may be either point load, it may be either in uniformly distributed form of load, and suppose this is a simply supported type of beam having the support at its both end. So under the action of the load, under the application of the load, what will happen? The shear force is going to be developed along the depth of the beam. The shear force is going to be developed along the depth of the beam. Is that all clear? Hello. And due to
Yes,
shear
sir.
force, what will happen? The shear cracks is going to be formed, and these shear cracks will be developed along the depth of the beam. Obviously the shear force is going to act like this. So in respect of this action, the shear cracks is going to be formed along the depth of the beam. So what is actually the reason of discussing this? Because your shear force is going to be act along the depth of your beam. So that's why, see, the depth of the beam were represented by the software by the algorithm of the software, in the algorithm of the software, it is considered that along the depth of the beam, the software is representing by the axis 2, 2. Local axis what?
2, 2.
Local axis is what? 2, 2. And you know that the shear force and shear cracks will develop along the depth of the beam. Hello.
Yes, sir.
That's why whenever you need to look the shear force in the beam, whenever you need to look shear force in the beam, so which axis you need to look? Either 1, 1, 3, 3 or 2, 2. Tell me.
2, 2. 2, 2, 2.
Is that all clear?
Yes, sir.
For the beam I'm talking. Now come to the column. Come to the column. So suppose if you are discussing about the column, okay. So column, for the column it is the longitudinal direction. So it is 1, 1. Okay. And there is a possibility of development of, means action of the shear force along this direction also, along this direction also. There is a possibility of development of shear force or action of the shear force along this direction also, along this direction also. So along 3 also, along 2 also. So in case of column, the shear force will act along both of the direction, and they may we can't say that which one will be critical. We can't say that which one will be critical. But if you are coming to the beam option, for the beam case, what will happen? Yeah, along 2, 2 shear force will develop also, along 3, 3 shear force will also develop. But major shear will be what? Hello.
2, 2.
Is that all clear? So always keep in mind, whenever you need to look the axial force in any frame member, like it is frame, it is column. So you need to look axis 1, 1. Whenever you need to look for the shear force, particularly for the beam, you need to look for the axis what?
2, 2.
2, 2. So major axis, conclusion is what? Major axis for shear force is actually 2, 2, and no doubt shear will also be will be present along 3, 3, but that will be the minor one. Minor axis for shear force will be what?
3, 3.
3, 3. Will you remember this or not? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the major axis for shear is 2, 2. Minor axis for shear force is 3, 3. So basically there is no need to look for the 3, 3. Always whenever you are going to design the beam, or whenever you are going to perform any kind of check, and you want to know how much shear force is going to be developed for any particular frame or beam element, especially for the beam, so you need to look always axis 2, 2. Always axis 2, 2. Now come back to the third case and third option, like axis 3, 3. So axial force will develop along 1, 1. Shear force will develop along 2, 2. And the moment is going to be developed along the axis 3, that is out of plane. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the major axis for movement will be what?
3,
3, 3.
Exactly. So, yeah,
For
we are
movement.
talking about the movement. So it's clear, like here. Yeah. So major axis, whenever you want to see the movement, you need to look. Major axis for movement is 3, 3, and no doubt some movement will also be there about the axis 2, 2, but that is not much. That is not going to be dominant in the design. So minor axis for movement is actually 2, 2, and major axis for movement is 3, 3, and reverse of this is what? Major axis for shear force is what?
2, 2.
2, 2, and minor axis for shear force is 3, 3. Will you remember this or not? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So always keep in mind. So just go back. Let's see. I told you. Suppose I need to look over the result. Okay. Forces in the frame, forces in the members. So after performing the analysis, if you are going to look the result, like go to display, go to force stress diagram, go to frame result. So it is asking what you want to look. See, axial force. So ETAP software is not actually has given the 1 axis. It is that directly it is written here as actually axial force directly. Instead of this, it can write axial force 1. Am I right or wrong? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
But
sir.
instead of writing the axial force or force as 1, it is actually given here as axial force. It's okay, no problem. So along the longitudinal direction, axis 1 will be there. But if you want to see the shear force for the beam, so two options are there: shear 2 and shear 3. What you will look for the shear?
2
Two
2.
two.
2.
2 2.
And for movement,
2
if you
2.
want to see the major design
3
movement,
3. 3
sorry,
3.
3. So
3
it's
3.
now clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it is not the meaning that the shear will not, if the shear major axis for the shear is 2, so there will be no shear along 3. Yeah, it will be there, but it will be very minor. It is very minor. It is not going to means create any effect in your design. That's why majorly we are going to focus on the shear 2 and movement along 3. No doubt, movement will also be there along 2, but that is not going to be dominant in your design. Understood? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
Now
sir.
close this. Now come back. Okay. Now we have to model this beam. So basically, it is the cantilever type of beam, and this beam is subjected to three point loads. So we have to model this beam. First of all, it is what elevation view. It is what actually the elevation view as similar to that of your trusses. Okay. So it is the elevation view. So theme is what of this exercise. We have to model it, we have to assign it, and we have to perform the analysis, and then we need to check whether the forces are coming to the beam, or the forces in the member represented by the software and by the your manual calculation result, whether they are matching or not, whether the result are validating or not. These things we have to check as similar to that of your truss. So it is what beam, cantilever beam. So if you are going to look in plan, so how many points we need to means put there, and how many axes will be there along the grid, means along the x direction.
4.
Go back to ETABS, go to file, go to new model, say no. First of all, we need to know whether it is in feet and inches or in meter. What is this?
Meters.
It is in meters. So metric SI. So metric SI. All other things will be as it is. Let it to be. Go to OK and just click over the OK. We will come to this stage. And how many grids will be there along X direction? Tell me.
4.
4. Exactly, it will be 4. A, B, C, and D. So go back and just put it here. 4. Now, what about in Y?
1.
Exactly, it will be 1. Go back to ETABS and put it as those who are not getting. Let me explain for those participants. So it is actually the line element. It is what actually the line element. Let's see, and it is what. Let me represent by the solid element. This is the line element, and it is having the support like this. It is having the support, fixed support. Okay, so the grid point here, one point is here, one point is here. So 1 2 3 4, sorry, we need to cancel one. So it is 1 2 3 and 4, and it is what, it is in the plane. It is in the plane X and Z. It is in the plane x and z, or you can consider y and z, but here we are going to consider it is in the plane x and z. So it is the line, one line along x, as well as it is the line of along the y. If I am taking another line here, so this is the first line, this is the second line, another line here, this is the third line. So basically it is one line along y also, it is a one line along x also. Understood? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now go back to tabs, clear this all. So along x, y, spacing of grids in x direction. What is the spacing? Let me know. Fast. Is it
Distance
uniform
between
spacing or non-uniform?
non-uniform.
It is non-uniform spacing, obviously. And about y, so let it to be as it is. No need to do anything. Let it to be as it is. About y, change it to 1. Okay. Then we need to go to custom, obviously. Go to edit grid data. Go to second option. This is all done. Now, the spacing between A to B in respect of A, or in simply A to B is what? 0.5. So go back and put it here as 0.5. This is all done. Next to that, B to C in respect of B means B to C is 0.7. Simply change it to 0.7. Just come down. And C to D is 0.8. Change it to what? 0.8. Is that okay? Now in y direction, no need to do anything. Say simply okay. And we don't need to have any level because it's a line element. So just put it as 2. Okay. And we need to have the grids. Check the grid. Say okay. So it will show you two window. One is your 3D view. Another one is your plan view. So I don't need to have 3D view. Just close this. So it is a plan view. It is what? Actually the plan view. We need to look elevation along the grid first. So go to elevation along the grid first. Say apply. So yeah, 3 levels are there. Either you can model at this level, either you can model it as this level, or you can model it at this story 2 level. It's your choice. So it's okay, no problem. If I'm going to model here, so what will happen? Whenever I'm going to put the point, it is going to assign the support. So it is going to be created unnecessarily. The means we need to work more. Am I right or wrong? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so directly come at the first story. And we have to model the beam here. At this level. So go to frame. Again take the frame. Close this. This is the line element, frame element. Close this. Okay, this window. This is the first point. Freely move to the next point. Sorry. Right click to off the continuity, but the command is active. But obviously we don't need to further deal with this command. So to off this command, just click over this select object option. Now command is off. Okay, my question is that it is the single beam or by part it is there. What is this?
Single beam, sir.
Sorry,
Single beam.
it is the single beam. But why we are going to model it in part? That's my
Because
question. Why?
for loading, sir.
Exactly, very good. For the loading, if I'm not taking in part, so suppose if I want to assign the load, so it is actually what? Point load or line load?
Point load.
Tell me.
Point load.
Point load,
It
sir.
is what? It is the point load. And if I'm going to model it as a single beam, like see, if I'm going to model it as a single beam, close, delete this all, take the frame, and if I'm trying to work as a smart, so if I'm going to click here and I'm going to click another point here, then if I'm trying to get the joint here, see, am I able to get the joint here?
No,
No.
sir.
No, I'm not able to get the joint here. That's my problem. If I'm clicking here, again the complete frame is going to be selected. If I'm clicking here, so the complete frame is going to be selected. That's my problem. Only the ends I can select. That's why we need to what? We need to model all these parts separately. First, second, third, and coming to last point as third. Is that all okay? Where we are going to model it in parts. Hello.
Sir.
Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Now,
sir.
next, it is done. After modeling, what we need to do? We need to assign the support. So look at the question. So at the left end, the fixed support is there. So go back, select this joint. Once the joint has been selected, go to assign, go to joint, go to restrain, and it is what fixed support. Choose the fixed one. Say simply apply. Now we don't need to assign any other support. It's all done. Say okay. So on the left end, the fixed support is there, and the right end is free because it is a cantilever. It is a cantilever beam. It is what actually the cantilever. Now it's all done. Your model is ready. We need to go for the assignment of the load. But before of assignment of the load, you need to perform the analysis. So go to you need to check your model. So go to check analyze, go to check model, and select all of these checks along with this option also. Say okay. Let's check your model. Is there any modeling error or not?
No.
Is there any modeling error?
No.
No, there's no any kind of modeling error. So means you are in the state of performing the analysis. But before of that, we have to assign the load. So what loads are there? So at this B point, 300 Newton means how much it will become in kilonewton? Hello.
0.3.
Yes.
Point
So
three.
select this joint, go to assign, go to joint loads, go to force. Okay. Under live load we have to assign the force. Under the live load we have to assign the force, and in the downward direction we have to assign. That's why we need to put a
Minus.
minus sign. Just put minus 0.3,
Point three.
minus 0.3, and just say simply apply. So that load will be available here. Clear this. Again, drag from left to right, passes to cover this joint. So this joint will be selected. Now let's try to know how much load is there. How much?
0.5.
0.5. Go back to ETABS again. Just put it here. 0.5. Just say apply. Is that all okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now next point. Sorry. At the free end, it is 0.8. Go back to ETABS. Select this joint. 0.8. Just say apply. Is that all clear? Is there any doubt and question? Hello.
No, sir.
Okay. So all the loads we have assigned to, as per our example, as per our question, we have assigned all the loads. We have modeled all the complete beam. We have assigned the support. Everything is now okay. Everything is now okay. Now close this. Can I perform the analysis?
Yes,
Hello.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now just go to just go to perform the analysis. So just click over. You can directly by the three-way you can start your analysis. By looking by means long ways what? Go to analyze, go to perform, run analysis. Once you click over this run analysis, your analysis will begins. If you are clicking F5 shortcut, so your analysis will begins. And if you are having the quick access bar, then the shortcut option will also be available here. You can directly access it and you can click over that. So the analysis will start. But before of analysis, it is asking to save your model. So I'm going to save this save as B1. Save this. So analysis is going to be start. And it will show you the deformed shape of your structure. So as you know that on the left hand side, the fixed support is there. That's why this point or this joint cannot move anywhere. This joint can't move anywhere. And this is the free. It can move anywhere. Okay. Just close this. I would like to see the start animation. Click over that. So your animation deformed shape and deformed animation will be there. Deflected animation of the element of the structure will be there. Is that all okay? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Set stop animation. But our intention is what? We have to check whether the shear forces and bending moments are matching or not. Their results are matching or not. Go back to ETABS and go to display, go to force stress diagram, as we need to look the frame result, as it is the beam or it is the line or it is the frame element. Go to frame result. I would like to see, okay, I have assigned all the external load under the live load pattern. That's why I need to look the result for the same load pattern. I have assigned the load under the live load pattern. That's why I would like to see and only under the what? Live load case. Is that all clear? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
We are not interested to see the axial force because we know very well that beam is subjected to only transverse loads. That's why it is going to carry only the transverse loads, and there will be no any action of the axial force to this beam. So no need to look for that. We need to look for the shear first. Let me show you. Yeah, shear diagram is first. So tell me which axis I need to check. Hello.
Shear
Shear
two.
Sorry?
Share 2.
Shear two.
Major axis for shear, always remember it will be 2 2. Those who have joined this meeting late, kindly cover the initial part of this session, starting part of this session. Brief and detailed discussion is there about the understanding of the axis consideration for looking the shear force, for looking the movement. Okay, because it is very important. Shear force along 2 2. Okay, just say apply. So yeah, the shear force is there, and yesterday I told you, see red sign
Red.
representing the negative
Compression.
value. Okay, negative value. Okay, so close this. Okay, first our intention is what? We need to check.
Sir, one doubt, sir.
Sorry,
Sir, one doubt. Sir, in cantilever, top level will be of tension, na, sir.
sorry, your mic is means your voice too.
Hello, sir.
Yes, tell
Sir,
me.
sir, in cantilever, top reinforcement will be for tension, na, sir.
Sorry.
Sir, could you hear me, sir? Hello, sir.
Yes, tell me fast.
Sir, nothing, sir. Sir, it is showing compression, na, sir, here in beam.
That's another point of discussion about the behavior
okay,
and
okay.
everything.
Okay,
Ragnesh.
okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay,
That
sir.
all practical things I will cover definitely. I'm not
Okay, sir.
means ignoring
Okay,
your
sorry, sir.
question,
Sorry for the
but
interruption,
that
sir.
is not
Okay,
the
sir.
point of discussion right now. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay,
Because
sir.
if I am starting to discuss those all things, so our current topic will be remains. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay,
Yes.
sir. Okay.
Yes. That's why I told you stuck with the ongoing topic. Okay. So actually we have to validate the result. So go back. So how much means actual shear force is there for this part? Look at this. How much?
1.6.
1.6 kilonewton. So just go back and take your cursor to and move over this first part. So how much you are getting?
1.6.
1.6.
1.6.
Validating with the result or manual calculation or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
1.6. Come to this part. Yeah, it is 1.3. Go back to your question. It is 1.3. If 1600 subtracted by the 300,
1.3.
how much it will become?
1.3.
1.3. So it is giving the right result. Now coming
Next
here,
1.1.
800. Okay. Shear force is matching. Okay. Now what about the movement? So go back again. If I want to see, go to display, go to fourth stage diagram. Sorry. Go to frame, and which axis I need to look?
Moment 3.
Movement 3 check these options, say apply. So yeah, we need to check the axis along movement along axis 3. So let's check on the left hand side how much it is. 2.350, and look at this, 2.350 kilonewton meter
2.350.
exactly.
Hmm.
At B how much it is? 1550 means in kilonewton it will become 1.55.
1.55.
Go back to ETABS and look at, take your cursor, matching. Hello.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. At this point, how much it is? 0.64, I think is this 0.64. Go back. Here it will be 640. Understood?
Hmm.
It is
Yes, sir.
matching with your result or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Another way, see, if you want to see the more elaborated result, more detailed result of this shear force and bending moment, and if you want to see the result in once, like both the shear force diagram, bending moment diagram, take your cursor. After having this diagram, take your cursor over the element and right click over that. What you have to do? You have to take your
Right
cursor
click.
here and right click over that. So this new window will be open, and this will show you like major shear along 2 2, major movement along 3 3. Automatically, so software is going to understand, yeah, it is the beam, and the software is means playing the role to show the shear force along 2 only and major movement along 3. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now next, there is the means forces coming to that particular beam analysis result. Now this is what, how much shear force this beam. By the part we are getting the result. By the part. So for this frame, how much load is there? Total, sorry, force is there 1.6. Hello.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes.
here,
Yes, sir.
yes, here the beam, if you are looking for the moment, so on left side it is 2.35, but if you come to this side, it is 1.55. But if you are going to start the new part, so for this, on left side it is 55, on right side it is 640. Right side it is 640. Understood? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is all. Now come back, and when you are clicking on this right end, means last part, right click over that. So on left side it is 640, on right side at the free end, you all know very well, the movement will be 0. Hello. And
Yes, sir.
simultaneously you are getting the shear force value. But in this case, you are able to see your result at any point by moving your cursor along this length. Am I right or wrong? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Is that all clear or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
But there is a one problem for me. If I want to see the result, so I can't see the result in once for the complete frame. But if you are looking here to the question and your solution, it is representing the result, and actually this is the right way. This is actually the right way. This is actually what the right way. Actually the beam is single. So why we are going to model it in part? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, there is
Definitely.
also a solution. Okay, there is a question about up to this point. Anyone? Do you have any question?
No, sir.
No. Okay. So another option is what? After having these two, just unlock this and close this and delete this all. Select this all. Say delete. Instead of like modeling in part, what I am going to do? Select the frame. Close this. This is the first point. I am going to move to the next point directly to this point. Hello. So what problem I need to face? Hello.
Giant solar gate.
Join load and point load. So we will see what solution is there. So select this join from left to right.
Yes, sir.
Sorry. Go to elevation. Actually, the selection is there, but it is not showing here. The joint is not visible. Hello.
Yes.
Mm.
Okay, invisible is checked. Hello.
Yes, sir.
How many joints are in selection? Hello.
One.
One
Two
joint.
joints.
Go to
Two
assign.
join.
Go to assign. Go to join. Go to restrain. check it as fixed support, say apply. Now the fixed support has been assigned on the left side. Now I have to assign the point load, but I'm not able to get the joint here. Hello,
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes,
that's
sir.
my problem. So there is an option, no issue. You all are with me or not? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Yes, yes.
Select the frame. We are going to assign the point load over the frame. Previously, what we are doing, we are assigning the point load over the joint or over the point. Hello.
Over the
Yes.
giant.
Yes, sir.
Previously, we
Done.
are going to assign the load over the joint or over the point. Now,
Over the-
we are going to assign the point load over the
Beam.
frame.
Beam.
Hello.
A frame.
Over.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So, select the frame. Go to assign. Doing any assignment, for any kind of assignment, first you need to choose the element or joint or whatever. So first the selection will be there, then go to assign, then go to frame load, because it is what frame load, and for the frame load we want to assign the point load. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
Just click over that point. Under the live load pattern I want to assign the force, not movement. Force will be there, and this all option will be there. And see, here it is given the direction of load application, automatically it is saying gravity, so we don't need to put minus sign. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Hello. We don't need to put the minus sign. Now second, for the assignment, two options are there. Suppose if you are talking about any beam, if you are talking about any beam whose length is 1 meter, for an example, whose length is 1 meter, so this is what relative distance from end I. Relative means the frame is going to be divided by the percentage or by the parts, and about in respect of the parts we are going to assign the load. So it is actually unnecessarily complication is there. So another option is what? Exact assignment to the particular point at a particular distance. Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes,
As
sir.
absolute distance from the end I. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Whatever
Yes,
the frame is there, you have to consider the left end, and you have to find out at what point you want to assign the load. Just put the distance about the frame left end, about the frame of left end. Just find out the point where you want to assign the load, that distance you need to have, and the intensity of the loading. These two things you need to define, the assignment will be done. Hello.
Yes.
Understood? So the second option we are going to follow. So we have to assign the load to this particular frame whose left end is here, and at what distance the load is there.
0.5.
Hello.
0.5.
At 0.5, how much load is
0.5.
there?
300 Newton.
0.3. At simply very simple. At 0.5
0.0.
distance. See, first it is asking about the distance, and
0.3.
the load is what? 0.3.
0.3.
Just say simply apply. Look at this and make sure that you are going to assign the load under the live load pattern. Replace existing load, gravity, force. Simply say apply. Is it available now?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Now next, select again select the frame, and now at this time I have to assign the load at a distance of
0.5, 1.2.
0.8.
0.5 plus 0.7. You have to count the distance, measure the distance from the
1.2.
left end of the frame. So it is complete frame we are considering every time. So left end is what? A, 0 level. Hello.
Yes, sir.
From here to here, how
Yes.
much distance?
1.2.
meters.
Exactly 1.7, 0.5 will become 1.2. Go back, and it is actually 1.2. At 1.2 distance, the load is what? 0.5.
0.5.
Under the same live load pattern, just say okay. Very important. Hello.
Okay.
Very, very important point we are going to discuss. Hello.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. See, the same load pattern is there, and the option which is checked as replace existing load, if I am going to say apply, so what will happen? For the same frame, new assignment is going to be done. New assignment is going to be done. So previous will be removed, because the option which is checked as replace existing load. Let's see. Say apply. So the new assignment is there, and the previous one is removed. Why? Because the replace existing option is checked. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Then what it should be?
Add.
We need to have
Add
this also
to
and
existing
new
node.
assignment also. Then
Add.
Adding, sir.
exactly the option to be checked that add to existing loads. Check this option. Again select the frame. Put this 1.2, 0.5. Then say apply. So that 0.3 will also be there. 0.5 will also be
0.5.
there. Is that all okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now last
2
one
meters.
is what? Select this joint, or if you want to apply the load, just clear this. Select the frame and make sure that add to existing at a
2
total
meters.
distance is what?
2 meter.
Meters.
Sorry, 1.2 and 0.8 will become what?
2. 2 meters.
At a distance of 2, the load should be what?
0.8.
0.8. Make sure that add. If I'm doing the mistake like replace existing, so what will happen? The previous two will be removed and new latest means new assignment will be there only. Hello,
Yes, sir.
Yes.
undo. So these two things will be there. Select the frame. Make sure that add existing load option is checked. So simply apply. So along with these two, new assignment will be there. Is that all okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Clear? Now perform the analysis. We need to check our model also. Go to analyze, go to check model, select all of these and say simply okay. So analysis will start. This will give
No warning.
represent the result like model has been checked, no warning messages were generated. It's all okay. Now close this. Now perform the analysis. So everything is similar to that of previous action, but see, go to display, go to force stress diagram, go to frame Pierce spindles. Now I would like to see the shear force. Say apply. So yeah, in once. If I'm clicking right, if I'm going to right click over the element. So now at this time, complete result is there in once. Hello.
Oh.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so on the left side, how much force is there? Yeah, 1.6, 2.35. Okay, now it is little difficult to catch the particular point. Like at a distance of 0.5, I need to look the result. Yeah, it is 1.55 actual result is there, but I'm not able to get exact point. That's the problem for me. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So what is the solution? So okay, no problem. You can directly put the distance here as 0.5. Say enter. Hello, is it right?
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then
Yes.
at a distance of 1.2, I would like to see the result. 1.2, say enter. So yeah, here we are having the result 1.3, 0.64, and finally at the end, moment will be 0 and the shear force will be 0.8. Is that all okay?
Yes, sir.
Just close this. And coming back, so this is all done. Unlock your model, close this. So your software is going to validate your manual calculation. Just delete this. So your manual calculation is going to be validated by the software. Okay, now next example. Hello,
Yes, sir.
which type of
Sir.
this beam?
Cantilever.
It is
Cantilever
again
beam with
cantilever beam.
UDL.
Hello,
With a line load.
UDL.
and subjected to what
Cantilever
kind of
with
load?
UDL.
UDL.
load.
Sorry,
Uniformly distributed load.
it is subjected to uniformly distributed load. So go back to ETABS again and go to file, go to new model. Say no. Can you tell me how much grids are needed?
2, sir.
Sorry,
3.
Two.
Two.
Only 2, sir.
only 3.
3.
Yes, sir.
Three.
3.
Why you are saying 3? If I am saying
Uh,
only 2 is required, then
Sir, 3
A point,
distance is
C
there.
point, B point.
sorry,
2 distance is there, 1.5 meter and 0.5 meter.
Only
yeah, that is there.
Only
But
two, sir.
first tell me whether this frame is beam is single beam or it is the part beam. Hello,
Yes, sir.
hello, fast, give me answer.
Only
It is
two,
a single
sir.
beam or not? Why you are taking so much time? Give me answer.
Yes, sir. 2, sir. 2.
Only two is required. Only two is required.
required.
First and last. Say okay. And two in x direction. Start and end. Spacing is what?
One.
Just put the total spacing. Hello.
2.
2.
Two
Just
meter.
put okay. Y direction will be 1. Along x direction it will be 2. And along
Two.
y direction
One.
keep it as 1. Custom grid. I think don't need to put any custom because 0 at second is actually at 2. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes,
Say
sir.
okay. Change to one level additionally only. Go to grid. Say simply okay. Now close this. I need to look at the elevation along the grid first. So go to elevation along the grid first. Say apply. Now we are going to work on the first story level. Hello.
Yes, sir.
So from left to right. So take the frame. Close this. This is the first point. Freely move to this point. This is done. Hello.
Yes, sir.
On the left end, there is a fixed support. Go back to ETABS. Because the
Joint.
frame modeling command is active, I need to off this. So just click over the select object. Track from left to right. Select this joint. Go to assign. Go to joint. Go to restrain. Choose the first one, fixed one. Say apply. So the frame we have modeled. Joint support we have assigned. So this is all done. Your model is now ready. You can perform the modeling check. Go to analyze. Go to check model. Select all of these. Say okay. Let's check is there any modeling error or not. Yeah, your model has been checked. No modeling errors are there. Now close this. Next. We have to assign the load. Tell me what first you would like to assign. Hello.
UDL.
That doesn't matter which one you are going to assign first because everything we have to assign. So first I am going to assign the point load. Okay. So go
Yes,
to
sir.
frame. Select the frame. Either we have to assign the load over the joint or over the frame for point load. Tell me. Sorry.
Frame.
Frame.
Over the frame because the joint we are not able to get. If I am trying to get the joint anywhere here, so I am not able. So we have to assign the point load over the frame. So select the frame, go to assign, go to frame load, go to point load, and under the live load pattern, and what should be either relative distance or absolute distance. Hello.
Absolute.
Absolute. Select this one, absolute distance. Distance it will be what? Sorry. Distance is what? From left end it is 1.5. At 1.5 2 kilonewton force is there. So at 1.5 meter 2 kilonewton force is there. Choose this 2-1. Say apply. Is it all okay? Hello.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
How to execute this? Close this. See, you have to first select the frame. Go to assign. We want to assign the point load or we want to assign the joint load, but we are going to assign over the frame. So that's why frame point load under the live load pattern and with the absolute distance option at a distance of 1.5 meter. At a distance of 1.5 meter, 2 kilonewton force is there from left end. 2 kilonewton force say apply. Is that all clear? Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes. Now
So-
close this because there is no any further application of having this window because for further point load we don't need to assign. It is especially for what? Frame load for point load assignment. So is there any further use of this window?
No.
Hello.
No, sir.
No. Now close this. Now what other type of load is there? What remaining load we have to
UDL.
assign?
UDL.
UDL. But it is what? It is the frame load or point load or area load. Tell me fast. It is
Frame
not
load.
line load.
Frame
Frame load. Line load. Frame load per running meter. Okay. So again go back to it as select the frame, go to assign and go to frame load. Now at this time it is what? Distributed. Hello.
Yes, sir.
So it may be either like uniformly distributed, uniformly varying load. So that doesn't matter what type, but it is actually what? Basically the frame load or line load. So under line load pattern, check this one. And force, gravity automatically is there. We don't need to put like a minus and plus. It's all done. Now trapezoidal load, two sections are there for assignment of the your line load or frame load. Another one is directly uniform load. So right now here actually we have to assign the load uniformly distributed throughout the length of the beam. Throughout what? Length of the beam. So clear this all. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So I need to work with the second option, uniform loads. I need to work with this uniform load. So I will talk about this later. Okay, you will understand what is the application of this window. We will discuss it later. But right now, if you want to assign for the full length, for the full frame, and of uniform intensity, so don't need to focus on this trapezoidal load. Directly focus on uniform load and put the value. How much it will be?
1.5.
Hello.
One.
Sorry.
1.5.
Yes, exactly. It is 1.5. Just put this value 1.5. Just simply apply. The load has been assigned along with the point load. 1.5 uniformly distributed load is there. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Is there any another load?
No.
No.
No, sir.
So all done. Now we are in the state of performing the analysis. So go to analyze and just perform the run analysis. It is asking to save your model. So I am going to save this model by title B2. Save this. Now the analysis has been performed. This is a deformed shape of structure. If you want to see the animated shape of deformed shape of structure, so you just click on start animation. It's all done. Just simply start animation. Okay. Then go to display. Go to force stress diagram. Go to frame peer result. Check this option. Under the live load pattern, I would like to see the shear force along the axis 2 you know very well. Say apply. So this kind of results are there, which is exactly representing the shape of the shear force. In reverse direction, that doesn't matter. Okay, but yeah, it is same. But that is not our objective to match the shape. Our objective is what? Hello.
Values.
Yes, our objective is not the shape. Our objective is what?
Design.
Match the value.
Values. Okay, yes, good. Just right click over this element to have the more elaborated result. Just right click over that. So yeah, in this shear window, on the left hand side, the value is 5 kilonewton. Look at your answer. On left hand side is what?
5 kilonewton.
5 kilonewton. And at this point load, how much the value is there? Hello.
2.75.
Actually, it is what? Height. Here it is 0.75 and 2. Overall, if you are going to count it, so 2.75. Hello. Right? Go back to tabs at this point. So, yeah, I am not able to get right point. So, actually, the distance is what?
1.5.
1.5. Say enter. So, 2.75. Exactly matching with the result or not?
Yes, sir.
At the same point, how much movement is there? 0.1875. Look at your question. 0.1875. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
On left hand
0.1.
side, how much movement is there? 6 kilonewton. Yeah, movement is also we need to check. Yeah, 6 kilonewton exactly matching. Now come down, come here. At the right end, obviously movement will be 0. Shear force is also 0. Is it matching your result or not? Hello.
Yes, sir.
So this is the way. Now go back to the third question. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Now we have to
Yes,
assign this loading. Means we have to model this. We have to assign this load. Everything we have to do. Go to file. Go to new model. Say no. It is in which unit? Yeah, obviously all are metric SI. So go back metric SI. Say okay.
Metric.
Yeah, this is all. Let me know how many grids are needed to have in the plan. Hello.
Metric.
Sorry.
Metric
Yes,
unit.
sir.
What I'm asking, how many grids in plans in plan is needed to have?
2 grids.
Sorry, why you are not saying loudly? Say me loudly.
2 grids.
Two grids. Okay, Jay. Yes, Ramesh. What do you think?
Yes, sir. Two grids only, sir.
Two grids only. Okay. Yes, Majumdar.
Sir, picture और एक बार
Venkatesh.
सर और एक बार पिक्चर दिखाओ ना.
I'm asking how many grids are needed to put in plan. Tell me.
Three.
Three. Okay.
Three, sir.
Anyone else?
3.
Yes. Pratik, are you there?
3.
Yes, sir. 3.
3, sir.
Yes, Ruma.
Two only.
Ruma. Shubham, are you there? Shubham, sir.
Two supports, two.
Shubham, sir, are you there or not? Asif?
Three, sir, three.
Three, exactly. So, actually, for the point, for the assignment of point load, there is no problem. But if you are going to means if you are trying to assign the support over the frame, some of you may think that okay, we can model it as single and then we can assign the support here like this. Some of you may think like this, but okay, you are means correct. But actually in ETAP software you can't assign the load over the support over the frame. For assignment of the support, you need to have the joint always. Hello.
Yes,
You
sir.
need to have the point.
Yes, sir.
Then only you can assign because assignment of the support will always be on joint or point. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So anyhow, we need to have this one grid, second grid here, and third grid here. So basically, it is the one frame, one beam, which is supported here, and another frame which is cantilever from here. Understood? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Total grids we need to have in plan as 3. A, B, C. In plan, 3 grids will be there. Go back and just kindly mute your mic. Who is there? Hello. Yes. In X direction, it will be 3. Number of grid lines in Y direction, it is what? 1. Spacing of grid in X direction, yeah, it is means not well means uniform, so let it be as it is. Spacing in Y direction, change it to 1. Go to custom, go to edit grid data, go to second option, display grid data is spacing. Now A to B, from A to B it is 10 meter, just put it as 10, just come down, and from B to C how much it is?
16.
16 plus 4, don't do the mistake.
20.
It is what?
20.
Yes, it is actually 20. Put it as 20. And yeah, this is all done. Everything is it okay? Fine. Just say okay. And we don't need to have much level. Just put it as 1. Go to grids. Check this grid 1. Say okay. Once you click for the okay, two windows will be appearing here like 3D view and plan view. So we don't need to have the 3D view. Close this. And we need to look the elevation along the grid first. Go to elevation and along the, if you are not having this quick access bar, I will let you know how to adjust this quick access bar later in the command section. But if you are suppose you are not having this quick access bar, so go to view, go to elevation view, along the grid first, say apply. Is that all okay? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now we have to model it in part. No option. Take the frame, close this. This is the first point. Freely move to this point. Don't try to model it from left to right directly. Hello. And if suppose if you are doing, if someone of you are doing this, are practicing like this. Okay, right click. See, I am trying to assign the support here. See how I can assign. Okay, if you are saying that select the frame, then go to look for the assignment. Go to assign. Go to join. Go to restrain. Say whatever hinge. No selection of joint is there. What is saying? No selected object were found to receive this assignment because it is what? Joint assignment. Hello. What title is there?
Joint.
Joint
It is
assignment.
not the frame assignment. It is what?
Joint
Hello.
assignment.
Joint assignment.
Very good. So always. So don't try to do like this. Undo this. Take the frame. Now close this. This is the first point. Freely move to this point. Now come to this point. This is all done. Okay, right click. Now you will be able to assign the support. Look at the question. Yeah, at the intermediate level it is the roller support. At the end it is hinge support. Go back, select this joint, go to assign, go to join, go to restrain. It is what? Hello.
Third one.
Roller.
Roller support, choose the roller one, say apply. It is what? Roller support. And I am clicking over the apply only. If I am clicking OK,
Yes,
what
sir.
will happen?
Okay, this
Dialog box
close.
disappear.
Sorry?
Dialog box.
Dialog
Dialog
box.
box.
Exactly, very good. Dialog box will be off because I have to use and I have to utilize this option again and again. So just click over apply only. Drag it from left to right. The joint has been selected. Simply say apply. Okay, no, sorry. Here it is what? Again select the joint. If the mistake has been done, so don't worry. Select again the joint. Then change the type from roller to hinge. Now say apply. It is all okay.
Then okay.
So replacement is possible. Okay. Close this. If by mistake suppose it is not the roller, it is suppose the fixed. Select this joint again. Go to assign. Go to join. Go to restrain. And now say fixed. Say apply. So it will become fixed. Yeah, it is not the fixed one. Select again the joint and say it is actually roller. Say apply roller. Okay, suppose there is no any assignment of the support. Select the support. Just say none. Say apply. Is that all okay? Hello.
Yes, sir.
So actually we need to have the roller support. Say roller and say apply. Close this. Is that all okay? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Now only the question for the loading. Only the question is what? Assignment of the load. So basically this beam is subjected to two kinds of the load and both are the frame load or line load. Like one is uniformly distributed load, another one is what?
Varying load.
Sorry?
Uniformly varying load.
Exactly, UVL, uniformly varying load. So some kind of complication is there. And plus one more complication is there. If you are looking this part, it is not for the full span. Hello.
Yes, sir.
It is only for the part length. It is for the part length assignment is there. Only for the 16 meter. For this, if I'm saying it is 20 meter. So for this 20 meter span of the beam, only for the left 16 meter, the uniformly distributed load is there of intensity 2 kilonewton. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that is the one kind of complication. Okay. If you are looking here, so it is another kind of complication. Yeah, here it is for the full length, but it is what left end is 0, right end is having this some intensity. So it is going to become uniformly varying load. Okay, no problem. We are going to sort it out. Go back. Go to tabs. First, we are going to assign the uniformly distributed load. Just select this frame. Okay, tell me, the load is for full length or means part length? Tell me.
Part length.
Part
Part
length.
length.
So first select the frame, go to assign, go to obviously the frame load, again go to distributed. Okay, it is the distributed, and we have to assign the under the live load pattern. Okay, gravity, force, replace existing. This is all okay, no problem. Now, if I'm going to exercise with this example uniformly load, so yeah, with this you can assign the load. Okay, what intensity is there? 2 kilonewton.
2 kilonewton.
So just put 2. So the problem say apply. So what is the problem? It is going to be
You get
assigned
full
for
length.
the full length. That is our intention.
No.
No. We have to assign only for the 16 meter length, up to the 16 meter length from the left end. So it is the wrong. So what? Undo. Come back. Yes. So you can't practice with this option. You need to look with this one. Okay. So again you need to go absolute distance. So from left end, at left end and right end. So this is my first. I am going to call it as, because it is another frame. It is a single frame. It's counting from 0 to 20. Hello.
Yes, sir.
0 to 20 and up to 16 meter the load is there. Hello.
Yes,
Yes.
sir. Yes, sir.
Right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
Right, sir.
It is 2 kilonewton per running meter for this length only. So go back. Okay, make it as 0. Now come here with the absolute distance option from end I, because if you are taking any frame throughout that means our session or in the consideration is what? Left end will be I and right end will be what? J. Hello. So absolute distance from end I means left end. It is what? At left, what intensity is there?
2.
At left, what is the distance?
16.
At left,
Zero.
what is the distance? Tell me fast.
0.
Exactly.
10 meter.
At left, it is the 0 and load is what?
2 kilonewton.
Exactly.
Two
Intensity is what? 2. So just put it as 2. 0 it is 2 and simultaneously at other point at 16 meter, what is the intensity?
2.
2.
Hello. 2. Just put it as 2. Now simply say apply. Clear this. Is it right or wrong?
Yes. Yes.
Right,
Yes,
sir.
Hello.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Correct, sir.
Now come here for this part. Go back to your question. On left end it is 0. On right end it is what?
2 kilonewtons.
2.
2
See
kilonewton.
how interestingly you can model it, means assign this load. On left end it is what?
0.
Minus
Left end 0 and the value is what?
0.
0.
0.
0.
At right end, so what is the length?
10.
10
Sorry,
meter.
length is what?
10. 10.
meter.
10. So it is for full length. Go back and put it here as for up to the 10 meter length. Intensity is what? 2.
Okay. Apply.
2.
Just say
2.
simply
Apply.
apply. But here
Okay.
the option we have checked as replace existing load. So what will happen?
Oh.
At 2
Hello.
existing.
Hello.
So add to existing loads.
It should be what? Add to existing load. If I am not taking add to existing load, then what will happen?
Previous load will
Previous
Previous load will be deleted.
Sorry,
previous load will be
previous load
Previous
will be
load
what?
will be replaced.
No, you all are wrong. You
Removed.
all are wrong. Previous load will not be removed because it is the another
Sir,
frame.
it will
It is the
another
another
frame.
frame. Hello,
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh.
Okay.
are you getting my point? If I am going to
Yes, sir, yes,
apply
sir.
any other
Yes, sir.
load to the same frame under the same load pattern, then the previous will be removed if the replace existing option is checked. Not
Yes,
getting.
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Not
Yes,
getting.
sir. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Got
We
it?
have got.
Got it, sir.
So if the replace existing load is there, so is there any effect to this beam?
No.
No. Will you understood? Hello? Have you
Yes, sir.
understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Now say simply apply. So yeah, this is all done. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now it's all done. Okay, as per your means question, as per your exercise, is all done. Now go to perform. Check your model. Go to analyze. Either you can after completion of the model you can check it, or means after the application of the load you can check it. No issue. Just go to analyze. Go to check model. Sometimes say okay. Okay. Yeah, model has been checked. No warning messages were generated. Your model is perfectly fine. Now you have also have assigned the load. Now you are means in the state of performing the analysis. Just go to analyze, and there you will find the option run analysis. Click over that. So analysis is going to be start, and just say like B3. Say B3 and say save this model. Yeah, analysis result is not there. It is a deformed shape of structure. See how interestingly you can see there is a support and there is support. So in between the your beam is going to deflect like this. Is it right?
Yes,
And
sir.
here it is behaving as a cantilever. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that is not our intention to look. This is all done. Go to display. Go to force stress diagram. Go to frame piers. Under the live load pattern, I need to look the shear force. Which axis? Hello.
2.
Sorry.
Share 2.
2.
Very good. Shear 2 to check this option. Say apply. Yeah, we are having the result like this. Now, if you are having, if you want to see complete result like both moment and shear force, so take your cursor over the frame because it is a in part. So right click over this left part, right click. So detailed result will be there. On the right end, it is the 10 kilonewton force is there. So look at your question here. Yeah, actually values is not representing here on the left end. Okay, no issue. For this part on left hand side it is 20.87. Close this. Okay, what moment is there? 33. Go back. Yeah, moment is right or wrong?
33.3.
Right. Shear force value actually has not represented here. Okay, no problem. Go back. Moment is validating the result. Close this. Take to this part. On left hand side, it is matching 20.866. Your question 20.8. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right or wrong?
Right.
Right, sir.
Right. Go back to tabs again. And on right hand side, it is 11.13 something. Yeah, right hand side, it is not representing any
Not
force.
given.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, movement. See, very interesting.
0.
Movement. Okay, first check where the zero shear force is. For the zero shear force, movement will be what?
Maximum.
Maximum.
Exactly.
Maximum.
Okay. And for the zero movement point, what we are calling?
Point of contraction.
Point of contraction.
Very good.
POC.
So actually I am trying to get 0. So that is difficult for me. But okay, it is 0.07. Will you consider these or not? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So
Consider
almost
that.
0. So for the respect to
25.
0 shear force, the value of moment we are
75.
getting 75 point something. So that is, check at this. It is exactly matching or not? Hello?
Yes, sir.
75. So at a distance of for this part at a distance of 16 meter, so what value is there? 44.52. Go back. For this part at a distance of what? 16 meter, 44.52 or 53, will it be okay? Hello.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So it is the validation is there with your manual calculation, your software result. Is that all okay? Hello.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Now close this and coming back to next. Will you practice this?
Okay,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. So what supports are there? Consider this as hinge and this intermediate as roller. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Consider it to be as a roller and consider this as what? Hinge supported.
Hinge.
Inch.
Hinge supported. And let me know how many grids is needed to put?
3.
3. Very good. How many grids? 3 grids you need to put. Understood?
Yes,
Hello?
sir.
Clear.
Yes, sir.
Will you practice or not? Or would you like to see here? Tell me fast.
No, sir. We can
Practice,
practice, sir.
No, sir.
You all will
We can
practice?
practice.
Asif,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
let me pass. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
One method of analysis is there, like moment reduction method. Have you remember
Moment reduction.
what is? Am I right or wrong? I think method of analysis is there. This moment
Moment
reduction method.
distribution.
Am I right?
Yes, sir.
What is the exact name of the method of analysis?
Moment
distribution
distribution.
method.
Moment distribution. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, sorry.
MDM
Yeah, that's
method.
why. Yeah,
MDM.
moment
Distribution method.
Distribution method.
exactly. So actually, as you are looking the question, it is that much. It is not much complicated actually. It has been solved by the moment distribution method. Sorry, it is what moment distribution method. So it is the next step of solution. There, what we are trying, we are finding the moments at the points on left and right, and there is a detailed calculation is there, carry your factor and all those things are there. Am I right or wrong? Hello.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes,
You
sir.
are.
Right.
Yeah, so moment distribution method is there, so this problem has been solved by that method, moment distribution method. So this result will not exactly match with the ETAP software. Why? Because your software will give the correct result. Hello, your software
sir.
will give the correct
Yes,
result,
sir.
but if you remember, if you are going to do the calculation by the moment distribution method, so we are going to take the manipulation in your result by carry your factor, and we are going to match the result. Am I right or wrong? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is at some location, at some point your value will not exactly match. Software will give the correct result, but there is some difference. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
so this also you can practice on your own, or if you like to see here, that we can also do. Okay, tell me how many grids will be there in plan?
4.
4.
Hello.
Four.
Yeah, so wherever you are getting the join means support, there you have to take there you need to take the grid first thing. Okay, so yeah, 4 grids we need to have in plan. So only the support will be there, this point load will be there, and this uniformly distributed load will be there, and this point load. All other things are not needed to means assign. Don't be confused. Okay, this is not needed, it is the second step. This is only the solution, these are the part of the solution. Okay, so clear this all, go back to ETABS and go to file, go to new model, say no, and go to third option, metric SI, check this option, and how many grids in X direction?
4.
4. In Y direction it will be 1.
1.
Spacing of the grids in X direction, let me know, it is uniform, non-uniform?
Non-uniform. Non-uniform, sir.
First is 3, then
Non-uniform.
4, then 4. Okay, so it is non-uniform, let it to be as it is, or change it to 4 in X direction. In Y it will be 1. Go to custom grid, go to edit grid data, go to second option, from A to B it is what?
3.
3.
3
Change
meters.
it to what? 3. Say enter. From
Same.
B to C it is 4. From C to D it is
Oh,
what?
same, sir. 4,
Again
4 only.
and now it is 0. Now this is all done, say okay. Now next, hello,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
next is what we need to do. Yeah, grid levels will be needed to have 1 only, then go to grid only, say okay. Now close this, go to
Ready.
elevation along the grid first, say apply. Now take the frame, and we need to model it in part. So this is the first point, select on this point, select on this point, select on this point. What kind of this beam? Hello, can you tell me? What kind of this beam? Hello?
P grade.
Continuous.
Sorry?
Continuous.
Exactly, this is the continuous type of beam. This is what?
Continuous
Actually
type.
the part beams. This is one beam, this is another beam, this is another beam, but it is going to be continue over the support. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so 3 spans of the beams are there actually. So okay, it's all done. Clear this. At the mid, sorry, right click to off the command. Just
Select.
click over the select object. So the command is now off. Drag from left. Okay, on left hand side and on right hand side. In once, I'm going to assign the support to both joint. Select. So make sure that I told
Assign.
you yesterday. While you are practicing with the tab software, your concentration will always be on what? Left bottom side as well as right bottom side. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you can understand what kind of selections are there and why I'm saying right side, that you will understand later. Okay. On left hand side, 2 joints. Okay. 2 joints are selected. Yeah, that's my intention. Just go to assign, go to join, go to restrain. I need to have the fixed support. Check this fixed one. Say apply. So this is all done. On left and right end, I have assigned the fixed support. Now, simultaneously, we have to assign the joint load. Support at this intermediate point.
Yes.
Select these 2 joints, and for both of the joints, what kind of support is there?
Roller.
Exactly. So select these 2 and go to assign, go to join, go to restrain, and change it to what? Roller. Say apply. Is that all okay? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now next, tell me, is there anything missing?
Model check.
Sorry?
Loading.
Loads.
Model.
So
Model
we
check.
have to check our model before of assignment of the load. So go to analyze, go to check model, select all of these, check these also, say okay. Once you click over the okay, so yeah, model has been checked, no warning messages there generated, it's all good. Now close this. Now select the frame, intermediate frame, and what kind of load is there? Uniformly distributed load is there for the intermediate beam, like mid span beam, 50 kilonewton per meter. So select this frame. Can anyone guide me how I can assign this load?
Select the frame.
Okay, good.
Uniform. Uniform load.
Then what next?
Assign.
Okay, assign. Then
Assign. Frame.
frame. Okay, then
Frame loads. Distribution load.
Distribution.
then
Uniform load.
sorry.
Uniform load.
Frame load first. Live.
Okay,
Live
change to
load
live.
first.
Okay, good. Then
3 meter distance.
sorry.
First 3 meters.
3 meter distance.
Why you are looking for this
Uniform load.
trapezoidal option?
Oh.
Because we need to
Uniform
assign
load.
for full length of this beam. So can I
Yes, sir.
proceed with this uniform option?
Load.
No, sir. No.
Yes. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Put it here at directly 50. Because in part I don't need to assign. I have to assign for full length. Say apply. Okay. Hello.
Okay.
Yes. Now next. What next?
First part.
Sorry.
1 meter, point load 80 kilometers.
Yes. Go back. Point load we have to assign. Is it this
Select.
window is useful or not for further action?
No.
Yes,
No.
yes, sir.
It is useful.
No, sir. No, sir. Selected.
Yes. Select the frame. Go to assign. Go to frame, but not distributed. It will be what? Point.
Point load.
Point. Under the live load pattern, force everything is now okay.
But,
Go
sir,
with
now
the absolute
distance.
distance, and it is what? At a distance of 1 meter from left end, 80
At
kilonewton
1
is there.
meter, 80 kilometers.
Yes, good. At a distance of 1 meter, 80 kilonewton force is there. Change it to 80. Say apply. Okay. Hello.
Okay, sir.
Come to this side. Select this
Yes, sir.
frame, and at a distance of 2 meter, 40 kilonewton
2
is
meter,
there.
40 kilometers.
Let me know
2 meter, 40
if I am
kilometers.
working with the replace one option. So this load will be removed or not?
No.
No, sir.
There's no
No, sir.
any connection
Load
between
other
this
frame.
frame and this frame. Okay. Hello.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So it is what? At a distance of 2 meter, how much load we have to assign?
40. 40.
40.
40 kilonewton.
Change it to what? 40. Say okay. Is that all? Okay. Means you are getting
Super,
all
sir.
these
Yes,
things.
sir.
Okay, very good. Just close this. Understood? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Now performing the analysis simply. If you want to check the model, go to check analysis, select all of this. I think we have checked it. Means have performed the check earlier also. Yeah, it's okay, no problem. Now perform the
Now, yeah.
analysis
F5.
and save this to like B3, like B4, sorry, B4. Save this file. So your model is going to be. Yes, now analysis has been done. And if you want to see the animated shape, just say start animation. And this is going to be continue. Understood? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Just say stop animation. This is all done. Now I would like to see the result. So go to display, go to force stress diagram, go to frame, and I would like to see under the live load
Yeah,
pattern for the
number two.
shear force. Say apply. 2 very good. 2 so this kind of, first look at the type of diagram. So is it right or wrong?
Yes, sir. Correct, sir.
Right,
Correct.
sir.
But the values, our intention is to check value, right click or that for the left part. So on left hand side 42.98, what actual result is there? 42.98. So here we are getting 41.7. I told you there is a some difference will be there
MDM
definitely. Hello. And what is
Yes,
the
sir.
reason?
MDM method used there.
Yes, movement distribution method, I think. Yes. So in movement
sir.
distribution method, we are going to means round up the values. Actually, means there is a detailed calculation. If I'm not wrong, see tables are there like carry over factors. Then we are going to match the movements like that. Something is there. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So yeah. So long ago, I have done this all things. Okay. Yes. So yeah. So what do you means? Can you accept this result or not? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes. And your software is correct. Here your software is correct. Your this is actually manipulated values. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Your manual calculation result or values are actually manipulated. Your software is giving the correct result. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. On right hand side, it is what 37.37 almost. I can say here. Yeah, 38. Here it is representing. Yeah, it's okay. Good. If you are looking the movement is 59, 52.9, almost 53. Yeah, 52.39. Will you accept this? Hello.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Sir, yes,
Here movement on left hand side 21.35. Look at this. Yeah, here it is 18. So little bit more difference is there. Yeah, but it's okay, no problem. Go back to tabs again. Look for this part. Right click over this. Yeah, for this on left hand side 100. Let me check. Yeah, almost 100. There we are getting. Here we are getting 102. Acceptable. Okay. Here max at a distance of 2.058. Yeah, we are having the distance, so we can check. So go back 2 point, go to scroll for values, check this 2 point what 2.058
5.
2.05 sorry 058, say enter. So yeah, 48.69. Go back.
maximum moment.
52 and 48. Actually it is not exactly this one. Exactly we are having this here. Now it is matching 49 and 52. 2 to 3 kilonewton difference is there. Okay, no issue. Yeah. So overall, we can say that it is matching with your means calculation. Hello. Hello. You all are with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, this is all about the validation
Yes,
of
sir.
the software with different examples. All this. So I will share this file with you all.
PDF.
So just practice it. Okay. And if you are facing any difficulty, then we will see. Understood? Hello.
Okay, sir.
Yes,
Have
sir.
you understood all these things? Is there any question
Yes,
and
sir.
doubt about this exercise? So now two exercise we
Yes,
have
sir.
completed. First one is your like uh, like introduction of ETAP software and many things. Then second exercise we have started the validation. So validation is also over. So two exercise has been done. Now third exercise will be what? Understanding all the commands of the ETAP software. Okay, let me show you. Then next exercise, we need to look all the commands, settings, and all important things for better understanding of ETAP software, for to understand how to work with the ETAP software, and for the smart modeling, what important commands you need to know. So all these things like about 21 actually written here, but almost 30 to 50 commands we need to see commands, basic concepts, basic settings, so that you will be familiar with the software so that we can proceed for the next exercise. Is that all clear? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So this is all about today,
Yes, sir.
and everything will be shared with you. If you have any doubt and question about the today's topic only, you can ask.